we got some questions from the audience, and I feel like this actually is important to ask right now because of what you just said and how different this team is this year. And it's to Chris, but I actually might extend it to Cole too. But it's how did you and your staff successfully change the culture of the team so quickly? And they wrote our team, which I like. Our team so quickly.
Is that to him or me?
To you first, and then
me,
I want to hear what Cole has
listen,
to say.
Listen, I'm a dad. I'm part of running a household, even with my wife, even though she is the boss.
She runs the boss. Yeah, she is the boss.
From running a household to being part of different teams, coaching a women's college soccer team, to my boys when they were 10 years old, to different teams, been part of Toronto, New York Red Bulls, Man United, like seeing different environments. When I was a player, all along I was a player. I knew one day I'd be a coach. When I'm a coach, I like that. I don't like that. I'm going to steal that from that coach and try to put my stamp on it one day. So coming in, I had a vision of what this should look like. And he'll tell you the first thing was we're going to be team first. I don't care if it's not good for Jordan and Drew, but it's good for the team. It is good, I promise you. And I will uphold that. And they would learn what that looks like along the way. But for me, that was a from day one thing. I promise you, I've gotten some maybe game plans wrong. Maybe some substitutions could be earlier. My wife reminds me of this. But I've not taken 1 second off and gotten it wrong. The every day trying to manage the environment, the culture, when it's not right, I have to say it. I cannot not say it. I'm never a nasty person to someone, but if someone's acting out of line and against that culture, I have to say, yo, just bring them back in a little bit. We know that, got it, but come on. So for me, it's an everyday thing, and it's non-negotiable. And that's how I've done that from day one. And I have a lot of people around me. Some of the leaders of the team, I don't care how old they are, upholding the culture. He fights every day for it to show what a rapid player should be. Just look at that guy. I have some people around me, Drew Moore, some of my coaches, that they're these guys that have an eye on what's going on. I can't be everywhere, nor do I want to be. So these guys are really important for me. And I think that we have a strong culture. We do.
Cole, it feels like there's a different trust within this group. Would that be one of the words that you would say is different within this new culture?
Absolutely. I've even though I'm young, I've played for a lot of managers now in my career, some good ones as well, with national teams and going to Europe with Arne Slot, who's at Liverpool now. And this guy's the best man manager I've ever had. The way that he's connected with every single player in the team, I think it gets everybody to buy in, and that's the trust that you get from the players. And, I don't know if he'll sit here in a minute, but he's definitely changed, what we've done. And I can still remember the first training session in Mexico in preseason. We did some rondos, and it was a lot of defensive work and, reacting to the ball. And once you lose it, go after it. And it was a couple of us that were older. It was quite a young group at the time, but just me, Georgie, Rafa sitting there kind of, we don't love to defend. That's not our favorite thing. We want to have the ball. But I remember him, getting on us and having us set the standard. But at the same time, you're listening to this guy and how he interacts with everybody. He doesn't treat anybody different. I think that's the biggest thing is you're not going to see a young academy kid getting treated any different than it's me or Georgie. So I think that's why the team's bought in so much, and that's why we have a trust in him, because then we know we can go out on the field and have the trust, or his trust, to go out and do what we do best.
Yeah.